Oh my god, look at that huge cock!
He's kinda gay.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time again. We've exposed the Colonel. We've exposed the clown. Yes, that's KFC and McDonald's. Depending on when this video comes out, we may or may not have exposed Papa John's, and Jared Fogle exposed himself. Oh, God. Jared Fogle, no! I feel like no video can ever be as bad as the Subway video because it has Jared Fogle and that whole can of worms. Welcome to the show, by the way. I'm Simon. I read this. Dave has written it. Thank you, Dave. Let's go. Now it's time to take a royally good look into the company that many people believe to be the superior burger giant. But does it really deserve the crown? Or is its towering sense of entitlement as misplaced as that of any monarch? We are, of course, talking about Burger King, so sit back, relax, and order yourself a takeaway as we look at the worst things Burger King has done over the years. I'm not currently eating Burger King because they, unlike all those other fast food franchises, they still operate in Russia. So don't eat at Burger King, eat at McDonald's. Hey!
You have a poison in your mind, and the fact that you can't see it makes me so sad.
Are they beef burgers? Where I grew up, being able to afford a meal out at Burger King was a sort of unofficial status symbol among kids. Where are you? Burger, bloody f***ing da, I'm going to Wimpy. I mean, sure, McDonald's and KFC might be superior in every way that mattered, taste, selection, etc. McDonald's and KFC, as if they're the same. As if KFC's the clear superior winner. It's actually real. I mean, I know McDonald's is real, but it's so processed. And people will be like, Simon, KFC's processed too. But yeah, but at least you know, you're kind of like, what part of the cow is that burger from? You just don't know. What part of the chicken is that from? It's the leg. Done. But if you could afford to forgo those luxuries in lieu of being seen as being able to pay over the odds for inferior food, people would think you were doing really well for yourself. I assume that's a joke. Is Burger King even more expensive than McDonald's? Seriously, almost everyone I grew up believed that. Really? Because Burger King food was more expensive, you would definitely receive a higher quality product. That was until 2013. In 2013, a dark cloud descended over Britain. In April of that year, the Sunday Times reported a story of such monumental importance that many Brits still struggled to come to terms with the ramifications of it to this day. So I have no idea what this is. Seriously, forget the gas attacks in Syria, the Boston Marathon bombing, the Pope joining Twitter. The Pope's on Twitter? This was a really big deal. Ordinarily, this sort of story would only really be fit for an Into the Shadows, or perhaps The Casual Criminalist, so I'll try, and these are other channels that I do if you want to check them out, by the way, enjoy. So I'll try and break it down as gently as possible. Some products sold as beef in the UK had contained horse meat. Oh no! This is it. Have I told my horse meat story about the time I ate horse? I was in Morocco on holiday with my wife.
Wow. I didn't know that. You're telling me now for the first time.
You have no idea what it...
Personally, having been a frequent visitor to France and having enjoyed horse steaks on several occasions, I can say that it's delicious. I wasn't all that bothered by the news. However, I do understand that if you purchase food, then it's not entirely unreasonable to want to know what animals it might contain. Given that the sale of horse meat for human consumption was illegal in Britain, really? Why? The media predictably took a bit between their teeth, saddled up, and whipped the public. Oh my god, more puns, Dave, please, more puns! Into such a frenzy that the entire thing galloped out of control. You delivered! That's more puns than we normally get in an entire episode. So what has all of this got to do with Burger King? Well, given that a lot of the beef imported from Europe had been contaminated with horse meat, many companies were discovering that their 100% cow burgers did in fact contain the DNA of a far more respectable quadruped. Regrettably for Burger King, they were one of those companies and the public collectively lost its shite. Yeah, I remember, I think IKEA's meatballs also contained horse meat, allegedly. I think... just vague memories of this. And I'm like, it's fine, but I just like to know what I'm eating. Like if I'm buying beef and it turns out to be horse, not happy. If I'm buying horse and it turns out to be horse, happy.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Many people took to the company's Facebook page to complain, and here are a couple of my favorite comments. How does everyone feel about those burgers and the fact that you're also feeding them to your children? And it is an utter disgrace. Every branch of Burger King in the UK should be shut down immediately while this is investigated. All right, chill, people, chill. It's all right, no one's dead. In response to the former comments, I would like to make the following observations. 1, it was horse meat, not arsenic. 2, horse meat is much healthier for you than beef. According to research carried out by The Guardian, it's lower in fat, higher in protein, and has a greater proportion of omega-3 fatty acids. Why is eating horse in the UK illegal? That's really weird. Let's ask our friends. Yo, ChatGPT, where are you?
One eternity later.
It's saying connecting. Connect already! Connection failed? Don't be like that, ChatGPT. I need you. Oh, hello, ChatGPT. You're there. Excellent. Look, homeboy, I've got some questions about horse meat in the UK. Why is that shit illegal? It should be legal, no?
Hey there. I'm here to help.
Yes, you are.
In the UK, horse meat is not illegal, but there have been some controversies surrounding it in the past.
What the f, Dave? Is it illegal or isn't it? Huh. Now I don't know if ChatGPT's... Now I have to know if ChatGPT's lying to me. Horse meat legality UK is not against the law. Dave! Boom! ChatGPT! That's 1 for ChatGPT, Dave. 0 for you. Unsurprisingly, Burger King was quick to publicly express concern at the discovery, apologize to consumers, and smoothly blame anybody but themselves. A statement they released in pretty much every UK newspaper read, "We are deeply troubled by the findings of our investigation and apologize to our guests who trust us to source only the highest quality 100% beef burgers. Our supplier has failed us, and in turn, we have failed you." It's not that bad of an apology. It's like, they're not really shifting the blame. They're saying like, yo, our supplier did this, but it's on us. I'd say that's taking ownership. Good for you, Burger King. BK. As apologies go, this one is absolute horseshit. Oh, pun. Is that a burger? Or are you just pleased to see me? Over the years, Burger King has engaged in some pretty questionable advertising tactics, from creating a data gathering app that allowed users to virtually burn the adverts of its competitors in exchange for a free Whopper, to capitalizing on the fact that more Burger King restaurants had burned down than any of their competitors, something that apparently proves their dedication to flame grilling everything. So yes, their advertising teams really know how to grab your attention, which is kind of the job of an advertising team, so good job, BK, again. However, one advert released in Singapore during 2009 finally went too far. This advert, which was released to promote their new 7-inch cheeseburger, featured the tagline, "It'll blow your mind away, fill your desire for something long, juicy and flame grilled with the new BK Super 7-incher." I mean, like, I guess 7 inches is like an above average penis, and that's the joke here, obviously, but it's not like it's a foot long. It's not like, oh my God!
It gets bigger when I pull on it.
If the advert were not suggestive enough already, the additional image of a young woman holding the burger with her mouth wide open and looking surprised really added a touch of extra subtlety and class. As you may be able to imagine, it was not around for long. In response to the public outcry, Burger King Singapore quickly pulled the ad, and the company issued the standard "We are sorry that you were offended," rather than "We're sorry we offended you" statement. Yeah, it's like, I apologize if you found this offensive. What potentially makes this much worse is that not long after the advert was pulled, a woman came forward who claimed that it was her image used in the picture and she had no knowledge of how it was going to be portrayed. Yeah, but they probably got it from a stock website. And that's what happens when you sell your image or are in a photo shoot for a stock website. You get paid. What people do with it, that's them. That's you. You've got your money. You know the game. In a video posted on YouTube, I'm assuming that's what happens. If it was just a random picture of her and her mates from Facebook, then that's going to be a really different thing. In a video posted on YouTube, she said that the video had been taken from a selection of stock images in which she'd been asked to portray certain emotions, and the burger had been added in later. Yeah, you got paid to be like, oh my God, look at that huge cock. And then they used your face for it. Come on. What the f***? She allegedly told Fox News, Burger King found my photo. Allegedly told Fox News. Did she or didn't she? Fox News is a news thing. There's going to be a record of this. Burger King found my photo online from a series I did, and with no due regard to me as a person, profited off reducing me to an orifice for their penis sludge, publicly humiliating me in the process. Friends, family, co-workers, prospective employers who saw it assumed I was a willing player. You were a willing player. You had your image sold on a stock website. Assuming that this is true, and the only reason that I have doubts is that I was unable to find any record of legal action being taken, this is seriously not cool. Again, I disagree. I think this is fine.
How dare you call me a prostitute? But you are. You
Better say sorry. Why should I?
34% less burger, allegedly. Although it's almost a universally accepted fact that should you choose to order lunch from a fast food restaurant, the food you receive is very unlikely to look like the food in the advertisement, it appears that Burger King may have taken this deception a little bit too far. In August of 2023, a United States judge agreed that a class action lawsuit against Burger King, in which the plaintiffs claimed that the photos of its Whopper burger made it look like the customers would receive as much as 34% more meat than they actually did, could proceed. How much is this lawsuit going to be worth to you, Bob, or whoever's filing this? Like, I know there's a lot of claimants, but it's like, okay, so you had a Whopper that had 34% less meat. How much is a Whopper? I don't know. American money, $4. Don't know. So you want 34% of that $4 back? Like, what's up? That's it. That's your only damages.
It's my money and I need it now!
The plaintiff's claims are as legally interesting as they are actually boring. Apparently, the in-restaurant photographs of the Whopper show both the burger patty and various other ingredients spilling over from all sides of the bun. Obviously, if you have subjected yourself to a Burger King Whopper sandwich, you will know that this is not the case. Interestingly, Burger King seems to have been remarkably honest with their comments regarding this matter. In a statement that it submitted as part of an attempt to have the lawyers who brought the case sanctioned, the company said, "The food pictured on our menu boards at our restaurants is painstakingly constructed by trained professionals. They then take well-lit photographs of the food with expensive cameras. Of course, the same sandwiches assembled speedily in a quick-service restaurant, wrapped and transported, will not look the same." Obviously. While admitting upfront that camera trickery is used in advertising is a bold and refreshing move, it's not camera trickery! Me and Dave are having many disagreements today. It's taking a photo. Like, if someone said, if you were in a photo shoot, right, at your fucking wedding, and you're dressed up all nice, you got a little bit of makeup on or whatever, I don't know, you do you. Speaking of, like, not me, I didn't wear makeup. You know what I mean? It's like, you have that photo done, and someone's like, camera trickery. You're not that handsome in real life. And it's like, no, it's my wedding. I'm looking as max handsome as possible. It's not camera trickery. They're just making a burger look good. That's not actually likely to sway the jury either way. According to Harvard law professor, what are you doing, Harvard law professor? Get back to law professoring rather than commenting on this pointless, stupid lawsuit, in my opinion. Quote, "The plaintiffs will have to convince a jury that they were standing there in the store, they looked at the picture on the menu, and if the picture on the menu had shown the burger with the size of meat that it actually had, they would have not bought that burger. They don't have to prove that the person would only have walked out the store, only that the person wouldn't have bought that specific burger. Deciding what the truth is will be up to the jury. But even so, the damages are tiny. Lawyers will also have to prove that everybody involved in the suit was purchasing a Whopper for the first time. Very difficult. I don't eat a Burger King regularly, but have I purchased a Whopper? Of course I have. Everyone's purchased a Whopper.
Huge whopping pea.
Although this is not absolutely essential to the case, Burger King lawyers will undoubtedly argue, given the fact that they have already admitted that the photographs don't actually look like the end product, that anybody who had previously purchased a Whopper would already be aware of the visual discrepancy. Anyone who's ever been to a fast food restaurant or seen a picture of fast food versus actual fast food knows this. This lawsuit is a waste of time and money. If I was a judge, I'd throw that out so fast, and would therefore not be able to legitimately claim to have been deceived on any subsequent purchase. According to the Federal Class Action Fairness Act, it is generally accepted that in order to bring a class action lawsuit, more than 5 million worth of damage must have been caused. Although lawyers claim that both of these terms have been met, I think it's going to be a fairly tall order to prove that more than 100 people purchased a Whopper purely on the basis that it looked huge in photographs. Unfortunately, the jury is still metaphorically out on this one. As far as I can tell, this particular lawsuit has not yet concluded, so it remains to be seen whether more than $5 million worth of damage has been caused to people who were naive enough to believe a photograph inside a restaurant. As a side note, no one appears to be alleging that the weight of the sandwich is less than advertised, as happened in the Subway bread size scandal, simply that the picture made it look bigger. Oh my god, how pointless. If you're involved in this, you're just wasting your life. Stop it. You miserable person, in my opinion, allegedly. Satisfries. While I'm not particularly fussed if companies attempt to deceive people with fancy-looking photos, few things irritate me more than when my favorite fast food outlets take something I like and try to make it healthier. I rarely eat healthy food at home. Every time my wife is in charge of doing the big shop online, she invariably orders several kilograms of fruit and vegetables. Every single time she does this, exactly the same thing happens. We both wax poetic about how this time we will definitely eat all of the vegetables and it will not be a waste of money. Then I unpack these unhealthy foods into the vegetable tray at the bottom of the fridge and never open this tray again until it is time to pour the resulting sludge directly into the bin. It's grim.
Less vegetables,
Bearing this in mind, you can probably imagine exactly how many times I purchase Burger King's Satis fries. In fact, I very rarely purchase anything from Burger King. The only thing on their menu that I find at all appetizing is the Chicken Royale. And in keeping with my ongoing tradition, it was 5 of these that I ordered for consumption during the writing of this script. 5, Dave! What's up? So what exactly was it that possessed Burger King to take away their already subpar fries and make them even worse? In short, to make it look like the company actually cares about the world obesity problem. According to Eric Hirschhorn, the chief marketing officer of Burger King, at least he was in 2013 when these abominations were launched, quote, "The new fries may help nudge Americans toward healthier eating because most people aren't likely to stop eating fries altogether. Behavior doesn't change as quickly as attitudes. It's easy to put things on a menu and check off the box, but the reality is that nobody buys them. I always make fries at home using a wonderful contraption called an air fryer. I get potatoes, I chop them up into little thin things, put a tiny little bit of oil on them, a little bit of spice, shake them around, put them in the air fryer, and they are delicious. It's like a teaspoon of oil is all you need. The company had so little faith in their new product that they were offered as an option, a more expensive option at that, rather than as a replacement for the less healthy fries. When questioned as to why exactly he thought this was a good idea, Hirschhorn said that sometimes small healthy changes can make a big difference. Quote, "You might be having a kale smoothie on your way to work this morning, but a lot of people don't even know what kale is, and if they do, they don't want to eat it. You have to try and give people what they want." Again, I agree. Like, I love fries. Do I eat fries at fast food? I try not to, because I know I can make a pretty delicious alternative at home that is a lot more healthy. So did this allegedly well-meaning attempt to slim down fast food diners actually work? Shockingly, no. Sales of the new product were so dismal that they were quickly discontinued about a year after launch. Well, actually, Burger King management gave their franchise holders a choice as to whether or not they kept selling them, and nobody did. Taking a bath at work. Oh, I've heard of this one. Someone takes a bath at Burger King, right? I think I saw this on Reddit a few years ago. Burger King is as susceptible to misbehaving employees as any other workplace. Don't get me wrong, I've done some pretty stupid things at work over the years, but to the best of my knowledge, I've never done anything that would directly put the health of my customers in danger. This is just one of the many ways in which I differ from Timothy Tackett, a former Burger King employee. I'm sure a long shift in fast food can make you feel both literally and figuratively unclean, but most people usually wait until they get home before attempting to deal with this problem. Not Tackett. Yeah, does that fry smell? Like, if I've cooked dinner and I've fried something, like not in a deep fry, even just in a pan, and there's oil and it splatters and stuff, I'll smell my clothes afterwards. It smells like oil. If you're working in BK all day, or any fast food place with deep fryers, you're gonna constantly smell of that, aren't you? It's gonna get into your skin and into your bones. Perhaps displeased that he had to work on his 25th birthday, bro, welcome to the real world. He decided to make the day a little bit special by stripping naked and taking a hot soapy bath in a utility sink. We're not being used. Brilliant though. It's supposed to be a massive sink, or maybe Tim's just Tiny Tim. When not being used to wash naked employees, the sink was used to clean equipment and utensils that came into direct contact with people's food. But you may be wondering, how did he get caught? Well, Tackett decided that it would be a good idea to have a fellow employee make a 4-minute video of the event, and then because it was 2008, oh my god, it was 2008? I said a few years ago. This was nearly 2 decades ago. Post that video to his MySpace page. That really dates it, doesn't it? As such videos have a way of doing, it spread quickly throughout the internet, being watched by, among other people, Greene County Health Commissioner Mark McDonnell, who quickly dispatched a health inspector to the restaurant. Unfortunately, by the time the inspector arrived, the entire food production area had been deep cleaned and sterilized. Tackett seemed to express no regrets when it came to getting clean on company time, although he did say that if he could go back in time and not do it, he would, but only because the stunt led to both the employee who took the video and the shift manager being fired. And him. Oh my god, you got 2 people fired, dude. And yourself. That brings us to the end of this episode. However, given that this mini-series has already amassed well over 500,000 views collectively, I'm excited to find out which fast food chain we'll be crapping on next. I think it's Papa John's, right? It's coming. Danny's already writing that. It's coming soon. What part of the cow is that burger from? You just don't know. What part of the chicken is that from? It's the leg. Done.